of faith is disturbing.
Believe it.
What's going on, Geeks? Listen to episode 415 of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. My name's Cody Armour, and I'm here with Jonathan Nichols.
What's up?
And this week we're geeking out about GTA 6, 1,000 years later, Kung Fury, and Peacemaker. Especially Kung Fury, though. We'll get into it in a minute. I'll be honest, I haven't done a whole lot of geekery this week. We bought an FJ Cruiser. I had to travel to Dallas, Texas to get it. I live in Arkansas so about 4-hour drive. And it was a long drive. We drove a little smart car. If you don't know what a smart car is, they are the 2-door, like, moped, 4-wheel mopeds. Like, they're not comfortable at all. And no cruise control. And getting to Dallas is not like a straight highway from where I live. It's like 30 minutes, every 20 to 30 minutes you have to turn until you get to the last like hour stretch, 45-minute stretch, I feel like. So it was quite a drive. The rest of the week was, getting the things ready to make that happen. But I got 2007 FJ Cruiser, which is just this, like, it's already a big, chunky vehicle. But then whoever owned this one made it even just beefier and chunkier. Like, it's just a giant tank. It's got this, it's got like bed lining as its paint job. And so that's all, like, it's real rough, but it's very like thick, rough paint. And it's got this gnarly grill on the front, or bumper on the front. And a snorkel and like these massive tires that I've already popped one of them. It's fine. But I'm really excited about it. Jonathan, you got to see it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Basically a tank, so you can go down the woods. The paint makes it where you don't feel so bad about getting it scratched. So
Yeah, for sure. I feel like the poor thing is never going to see its full potential with me as an owner, because I am so scared of breaking something that I'll just be like really easy on it. They're very capable vehicles, and I'm like, I just want to find like a minimum maintenance road. And
yeah, but if the hypothetical apocalypse happens, you have the vehicle for it now. So
yeah, as long as gas stations stay open,
yeah,
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Apocalypse. It's not gas friendly. I will say that. But very excited. I know this is a weird thing to geek out about, but I've never owned very cool cars, I will say. I'll list them. I had a Dodge Omni, 1992 Dodge Omni. Please, someone go look that up. It's so ugly. I had a red 92 Dodge Omni. I had a Mercury Sable that was an 88. It was just a giant plastic boat. We actually took the bumper off of it and then welded an Oldsmobile bumper to it. So Mad Maxian in that. And then I had an 88 BMW that I really loved, but was like just falling apart, and I could not afford it in my early 20s to fix it. And now, before this, I was driving a 2001 Malibu, which was also not classy, but the comfiest car I've ever owned. The back seat feels like a couch. I'm gonna miss that back seat, but yeah, really excited to have like a car that I'm proud of.
I kind of dig the Dodge Omni though.
No, you don't.
Like, I don't know.
It looks like a Volkswagen Beetle that was made wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it's got edges. I think it tapped out at like 95 miles an hour.
It's like a cyber coupe.
I can say it looks like something from Cyberpunk
Yeah.
in a way. Dodge Omni Max Speed. Nearly identical badge engineered twin, the Plymouth Horizon. I didn't know they had that. I didn't know it was the same thing.
It's
I'm trying to figure out.
Was it automatic?
It was automatic. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Um, 1990 Dodge Omni, 90 horsepower.
Yeah. Oh, this says 130 miles per hour, but yeah, it's definitely closer to,
Mine was not getting 130 miles per hour. It
yeah,
was shaking at 90.
which that's
Um,
scary.
this website says top speed 0 miles per hour, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. uh,
Correct.
um, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 8.7 seconds.
Okay.
I don't remember that, but anyways, yeah. That car, man. Um, so happy to have a new vehicle, but I didn't do a lot of geeking out. That was the point I was making. Um, Jonathan, you have just been playing Oblivion.
Yeah, just playing Oblivion. I beat the main story. I started. I thought I beat the Dark Brotherhood missions, to only realize
Mhm.
that I had not, and I was doing them wrong. And so I don't want to go into
Oh,
spoilers, but at one point you just have to get dead drops. And I thought for some reason, I was like, oh yeah, I already beat it. And I like totally dropped the orders off at some random chest. And so I've been like, man, I haven't got any missions. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh no, those were so I had to like go find where I dropped them in some like random chest somewhere. Because I've been hoarding
oh,
stuff.
geez.
Yeah, and so I did that, and it took like 2 seconds. And it was like, hey, this guy's a super powerful wizard. You got to find clues on how to kill him. And I just shot him with an arrow, and he died. So I don't know if it was the type of arrow. I don't know, but it was supposed to be not really a boss battle, but um. So that's what I've been doing.
Cool. At least it's not one of those missions like I would think like Fallout, where the missions are just like forever
Hmm.
and they just keep coming. They just recycle them, and you're like, I'll just try to get to the end of this.
Yeah, there's like a continued actually part of the story. I thought it ended. I thought I beat it. I was like, cool. I finished. No, I just basically getting started. But
Okay.
yeah,
Cool. Well, we'll get into the gaming news then. Um, when GTA 6 trailer came out, looks looks good. It looks very serious.
yeah, it's dark.
I think of it.
It looks dark.
But yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be the humor and stuff in it. I'm really curious how they'll like play it all out.
Yeah.
It reminds me kind of what did I say earlier? Um, it reminds me of certain like movie tropes and stuff. Fast and Furious. It reminds me of Fast and
Mhm.
Furious. Like it's got this goofy like premise, but like real serious storytelling from the trailer at least.
Yeah. So I've been seeing some interesting theories. Um, so I looked at it. I'm like, man, the graphics look great. The main character is super jacked. And I was like, there's like tiny details, occasionally I would see something, but people have been like just staring at this trailer and poring over every single detail.
Yeah, like
And
a little PS5 at the back.
yeah, a little
PS6.
PS5. They're like his tattoos, like an Army Ranger tattoo. And so they like started like doing lore dives on like what um part of the military he was in the GTA universe. And I'm like, who would know that? Like, I don't. I
Yeah.
like, and so then there's like these theories now that he's an undercover cop because like he's got undercover cop energy, and I'm like, I guess I could see that. So
So ridiculous.
there was a whole
I didn't know there was like GTA lore. I guess that makes sense, but
yeah.
I feel like that's like people who are trying to use Zelda lore and they had to like make lore because they're like, oh, we didn't actually. There was no
Yeah.
timeline. What are you guys talking about?
I think there is lore, and I didn't know that. I thought all the games existed in one universe. And apparently it's not the case. So apparently like there's a reset that happens. And I think it's 4 or maybe after 4. into 5.
Okay.
That there's like a 3D verse, which is the new one, from my understanding. And I could have
Is San
totally.
Andreas part of that then?
I don't know.
Because San Andreas is 3D.
So I think it's after San Andreas because GTA 5 takes place, but there's parts of the maps and that crossover but don't cross over.
Got it.
And so um
Yeah, I thought it was really silly that like I saw someone say that they don't like CJ's house isn't there in GTA 5, and I was like, that would have been so easy for them to do.
yeah.
Zelda lore is deep. Zelda lore. I just realized. I responded to someone. For those who don't know, we record these podcasts. We do them live on Twitch, and I forgot for just a moment that we're doing the podcast, and I'm not supposed to just respond to chat halfway through. And so someone said Zelda lore is deep, which it is. But it's all made up. It was not planned.
So I'm gonna correct myself before someone starts correcting me in the comments. So there's 2 or 3 GTA verses. There's the 2D, 3D, and the HD. So San Andreas is still in the 3D verse. And then GTA 4 starts the new one. I mean there's a bunch of other games here that are like not on the never mind, I'm wrong. Ignore me. I'm trying to decipher this Reddit post.
Yeah.
But it looks good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how it like I guess measures up to GTA 5 and the phenomenon that was. It has very different vibes, at least in the trailer so far. So, the other piece of news, Nintendo can brick your Switch if they want to. How you feeling about that?
I mean, if I were to try to jailbreak it, I would brick it myself. So, joke's on them.
Yeah, right. I just like I don't understand the why. Like, it's my console. I paid for it.
Yeah.
Why could I not overclock it if I want, or put other like softwares on it if I want to?
But Cody, if you do that and you overclock it and boost the performance, how are they supposed to sell you the second version of the Switch too?
Yeah, the HD.
Yeah.
That's true.
The OLED.
It always goes back to this idea that like we just more and more we don't own anything.
Mm-hmm.
We just pay for the licensings of things. And so I just get that feeling with this. I'm like, I'm paying for this thing, but really, I don't own it. Nintendo still owns it. It's Nintendo's. I just get to use it for a very large sum of money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's like 2 sides of emulation where it's like you own the game, like you have the copy, and you can port it yourself. And I'm like, is that bad? I don't know. I mean, if you own it and you're not pirating it, and I guess they're just trying to prevent that both ways.
And I guess like I haven't really looked at the actual agreement, so maybe it has to do specifically with emulation. But I mean, I think of like you could take it and put Android on it and then play, Android games, or I don't know the possibility of this, but like getting Steam on it somehow.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to protect their property, but I mean, I think if you disconnect it from online, they would know.
That's true.
But then there's the whole the whole side of like I think they said the game cartridges are not they're not the game. They're basically a digital key. So you have to have it online to download the game. So I guess that defeats that purpose or that point.
Yeah. No, for sure. We'll get into the movies that we've been watching then. I am not, again, haven't seen any movies either. Did you watch movies this week?
No. So no. I had some stuff on my list, and um I just didn't have time to sit down. Took my family to the Ren Fair, and that was pretty much my weekend.
Yeah.
So
How did your family like it?
they loved it. So my
Had your
mom,
parents been before?
nope, they've never been. So it was their
Okay.
first time. And my mom, I think I get my ADHD from her. So immediately she's overstimulated.
I
And she's like,
mean, it's a lot.
yeah. And my dad is like old school country boy. And so there was a lot of culture shock.
Okay.
And so he was like, oh my gosh. He's like, man, some of these costumes are phenomenal. And it was all the staff. And I was like, yeah, those they work here.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that makes sense.
Yep.
He immediately found the most expensive thing there for sale and was like, I'm coming back next year buying it. Not really, but he fell in love with the custom boots.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So is it turtle moccasin? I think.
Should be turtle moccasins.
Yeah. He was like,
So Sons of Sandlar are what I'm wanting, but yeah, turtle moccasins is a competitor, and I hear great things about turtle moccasins as well.
yeah, he was like, oh my gosh, you actually mold my feet and then you make them for my feet. He's like, oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
I guess
They apparently, so like they're very Ren Fair pirate looking, but
Mhm.
I've been told that they're really great motorcycle boots.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I think maybe like horseback riding and stuff too. Like, even though they don't have the pointed toe, they apparently you can get them with pointed toes. You can do whatever you want, but
I think they're more expensive than Son of Sandlar boots.
they
It's,
might be. They'll be comparable in price for sure.
for just like the shoe up to the
Mhm.
ankle, it was $800. So
Yeah, that sounds right.
I was like, whew. But they're
They
nice.
should have a layaway system though.
Yeah,
That's cool. I'm glad they had a good time.
great time. Love all the food. Loved all of it. So
Yeah, I still need to get a barbecue split. This is supposed to be the movie section. We're talking about the Ren Fair, but
yeah,
the barbecue split is they changed it, or no, they still have it.
they
It
do.
was on a different sign. So it's 2 ribs. Think of a banana split, right? It's a banana split, and then 3 things of ice cream, and then there's toppings on all that ice cream. So this is 2 ribs instead of a banana. There's mashed potatoes, brisket, and pulled pork, and then they like drizzle barbecue sauce over the top of it. And I think brown gravy, maybe. I'm not sure about the gravy, but it is so good. My cat is all over me right now, and I have just hair everywhere. It's a very hectic podcast episode. But yeah, no, the food is delicious at a Ren Fair. Did you do a turkey leg? Have you done a turkey leg yet?
I have in the past. I didn't this time.
Okay, yeah. Arguably overhyped. There's so much better food
Yeah,
at a Ren Fair
it's good though.
than the turkey leg.
It's really good, but
It's
overhyped.
iconic.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they're like, I don't know how much they are now at there, but they're like $19, I think, at the Texas Renaissance Festival.
they were 18.
18? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
For one turkey leg.
yeah, but they're massive. Like,
Yeah. You could get a whole turkey for $18.
I for sure, but
We'll get into the movie news. First, we have Godzilla X Kong Supernova has been announced. I didn't know that New Empire was getting a sequel, but sure. I don't hate these movies.
I'm
I
like,
still need to see Monarch.
I'm
It's good.
like, I feel like I'm really far behind. If we're being honest.
Have you seen Godzilla -1?
Mm-mm.
That one's more important than any of the Godzilla Kong movies.
It's on my list. I keep putting it off.
You'll love it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We're
need to.
breaking the fourth wall
I
today.
feel like a bad filmmaker for not watching Godzilla -1.
It's so good.
I feel like it's a staple, like now. Like it
Yeah, you will
needs to
love
be
it.
studied.
Godzilla versus Kong. Not New Horizons. What was it called? Um, the one before this, New Empire. Um, New Horizons is Animal Crossing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Godzilla versus Kong, Animal Crossing, New Horizons. That would be. I'd play that. Um,
The people have
it's just Animal
spoken.
Crossing, but giant buildings.
They said we need to stop the podcast right now so I can go watch it.
There you go. Yeah. Um, that's so funny. Yeah, I know it's really good. These ones are just kind of okay. I don't know. They're not bad.
Yeah, they're
I
not
like
bad.
them. I enjoy them. They're big CGI just phenomenons,
Mhm.
and I'm here for it. I liken them to like a UFC fight or like a boxing match.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even though it's fake, I guess more. I liken them more to a WWE match. I guess would be a better way to put it because they're going
Yeah.
to be scripted. Like I'm just watching to watch just monsters fight. I don't really care about the story. I don't really care about the characters much. I'm just like I want to watch giant unrealistic creatures beat each other up. It's fun. I can't imagine if they tried to have a good story because they kind of gave up on that after the first one.
They
They were
did.
really human focused, trying really hard, like pull out emotion. We're like, well, you gave us 8 minutes of Godzilla. What are you doing?
And then now they're like, hey, let's give King Kong an Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, I'm excited for it. 2027 is the date on that.
Wow.
And then the more important news, I think the best news I've seen in weeks, possibly months. I didn't know this was a thing. Kung Fury. If you've not seen Kung Fury, Jonathan, you need to go see that. That needs to happen before Godzilla -1. That is the staple in filmmaking you need to watch.
Okay.
It's a masterpiece.
I will watch
Uh,
it right after this podcast.
yeah, 30 minutes long. And listeners, if you have not seen Kung Fury, I invite you to go do so. It's on YouTube. It's 30 minutes. It's free. But I guess apparently in 2019 they filmed a movie with Michael Fassbender, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and
David,
Hoffman. David
the
Hoffman.
Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff. That's the name. Yeah, it's been a while. Hasselhoff.
The reason that the Berlin Wall fell.
Yeah. And so like it's got like an all-star cast and it's this stupid 80s. Anyways,
I want to know
the movie's
budget.
going through some legal trouble, but they released the trailer for it a couple days ago. And it's a 10-minute long trailer that tells you everything that's going to happen in the movie. And I still want to watch this movie because it's just the funniest thing. It is all 80s tropes. And really ridiculous, like terribly like written humor. And 30 minutes felt a little like 30 minutes felt like a lot, so hopefully they can keep it up for 2 hours. But um his partner, Kung Fury is a man. He's a cop, and then his partner is Triceracop, and they go back in time to fight the Kung Fuhrer, who is obviously Hitler. And they get the help of some like Vikings riding dinosaurs, and it's an absolute masterpiece.
So I've got a lot of questions.
Yeah.
So the director is David Sandberg, but
Uh-huh.
not the other director, David Sandberg. I'm
Is there
confused.
another?
So there's David F. Sandberg and there's David Sandberg.
Oh,
So
okay.
David F. Sandberg did like Shazam and Until
Did what?
Dawn. Did Shazam and then
Oh,
I
okay.
believe Until Dawn.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely not this guy.
Yeah.
This guy films. He's the star of his own movie.
So, but it's
But
got
the fact that it's got Michael Fassbender. I thought Michael Fassbender was going to be the villain, and Michael Fassbender plays like a rogue FBI agent
yeah.
with this like super southern accent and a mullet, and um, it's going to be amazing.
Um.
I hope the movie actually releases because they didn't give a date or anything. They just released what this
So
is, and like I said, it's been filmed in 2019, so I don't know if they're going to sit on it much longer.
so the original had a budget of $630,000, which is insane.
Yeah,
It's so over $500,000
for 30 minutes.
for a 30
30-minute
minute
film.
Yeah, and then the sequel had like a $60 million budget. Hang on.
That's wild.
Sorry, 34 million. I don't know where I got 63 million, but
Still a big budget for a YouTube
massive.
short. I mean, it's supposed to go to theaters, but we'll see. I don't know. If you have not seen Kung Fury, I think it's kind of rated R, but it's YouTube rated R, so it's not overly bad. YouTube has their own standards.
Hmm.
Totally worth watching. We'll get into TV. Have you watched any TV?
No,
We're flying through this, by the way.
I know. It's because we've been super boring this past week and haven't done much.
But yeah, it's okay to have a short episode every once in a while.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll spend 30 minutes on Spider Noir. Uh, I did watch Last of Us, and Last of Us is still good. I'm an episode behind. I think I'm going to be the entire season of the show. Watch Last of Us, watch Andor, and Andor is the one where I keep wanting to like. There's more to it, and I want to go and watch more episodes. I can only watch like one episode a night, a week really, and like every episode is so good.
So I plan on starting Andor. I haven't started it at all. Like, haven't watched the 1st season. I've got a big back catalog that I want to sit down and start. I've been busy writing myself, so it makes it kind of hard to watch stuff.
Mhm.
But there are people who've been super big critics of Andor that I follow that didn't like the 1st season very much. That this last episode, they're like, "Oh, it clicked," and they're just praising it, and they're just like, "It didn't click before, but for some, like something about this last episode just hit them right, and they're all in."
Okay.
So it makes me really intrigued. I thought it looked really good from the beginning, but
Yeah, it
um,
is. I think it is the best thing in Star Wars, and that includes Star Wars. Like,
yeah,
like I would say it is better than episode 4, 5, and 6, and people can put me down for that. But
I can see it though. I,
it's so good.
um, it seems like it takes itself serious in the right way.
Hmm.
And I think that's a problem with Star Wars in general is um I felt like episode 5 took itself serious and then episode 6 didn't. And then the prequels didn't really take itself serious.
Hmm.
And then this when Disney got a hold of Star Wars, it was kind of the same thing where like it didn't really take itself too serious, but it was almost insisting upon itself where it's like it's Star Wars, so it was almost elitist and like people are just gonna watch
Yeah.
it. And then when Andor came out, it's like no, they're actually just trying to make good content that's in Star Wars, and so I think that's what's really elevating it. It's like it's actually taking itself serious enough to try to tell good stories.
Yeah. I think 1 through 3 try to do politics, space politics.
Yeah,
There were certain parts, and the space politics were just so confusing to me, at least as a kid, especially when I was a like 12-year-old kid. But the space politics, like it just didn't make sense to me, and I was like, "What's going on? Like, whose side is this person on? Why did he do that?" And Andor, is it like very much a political drama, and there's a lot of politics going on. Like just even outside of like,
Mhm.
you have Andor storyline, and then I can't remember her name, but the one funding the rebellion, and so
Yeah.
you're following her along, and like it's all this like their rebellion within, and they're having to fund things, and they are funneling money into certain places without trying to get caught, and there's a lot of political intrigue that's done
Hmm.
really really well, and think we've seen that in Star Wars. It's been like we're bad guys because we're bad, and that's like
Well, so what's interesting is, like, the prequels were trying to get into, like, planets and got like, being taxed and stuff.
yeah.
It's, like, got into tariffs. It's like, "Hey, man, I'm, like, 7. I don't understand this. Like, this is over my
Yeah,
head.
I was like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Show me the lightsabers."
Yeah, it was so weird. I'm like that was the thing for me is I think 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9 were all like space Nazis or space Nazis because we need bad guys. And 1 through 3 kind of try to justify like the politics of it all,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it just kind of went over my head when I was younger.
Yeah.
I still just
Same.
find it boring. Like it just wasn't like interesting politics. But the rebellion stuff in this, I'm like, oh yeah, there's like these factions, and
It
um, I don't know, they
yeah.
just do it well.
It's just so funny to me because, like, yeah, all of the political stuff is so boring in 1 through 3, but then it's like, every time there's lightsabers, it's like the best piece of media. Like, it's just amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I was trying to watch episode 1 a couple months back, and I totally fell asleep through most of the political stuff, but as soon as the lightsabers turned on, I, like, heard it and woke back up, and I was, like, locked in.
You're like, yeah. I would say Ahsoka has some
Yep.
of the best Star Wars choreography.
Mhm.
Ahsoka's doing good.
I agree.
But no, Andor is I love Andor. I would like more Andor style Star Wars stuff, and I don't think I could replicate it. Unfortunately, I don't think like within Star Wars at least. I don't think doing so would like really work. I think it's kind of a one off thing. Oh, not to give too many spoilers away, but I thought this was really interesting. Andor season 2 has a subplot, and that subplot is very similar to Rebel Moon.
Really?
Yes.
That's funny.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is Rebel Moon. And so I looked it up to see if anyone else had that like um I don't know, idea, that thought. And I was on a Reddit, and grain of salt, 'cause I don't know this guy. He's some random dude on Reddit. But he said that he was working on Zack Snyder's Star Wars movie that he was supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
And so he had a copy of the script at one point, and he said that there are lines in Andor that are directly from that scrapped script.
Huh.
And again, grain of salt, I have no idea, but it makes sense that they would have some of these like script pieces. They're like, oh, we don't want to throw it like go to waste. We can kind of like shoehorn
Yeah.
it in here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, that would
But
be
also
crazy.
rude. Yeah,
He may have sold it. He may have been like, "Here."
yeah, it could be. It's really interesting. Rebel Moon, for those who don't know, takes place on this planet, and they're all farming grain. And I won't go much further into that plot wise. I don't want to spoil either Star Wars or um, Andor. But there's grain, and the government's involved because that's Star Wars and Rebel Moon. So
So
in
fun.
Star Wars Andor, there is a planet specifically made for making grain, and it's much prettier than Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. The grain is beautiful, and there's these giant space silos that look like an old farm. It's ridiculous. It's very Star Wars. Um, and then the government gets involved, and I was like, this is the same thing. I've seen this before. But really interesting. Um, but let's get into the TV news. Both superhero shows. We've got Peacemaker season 2 trailer, Uh, looks good.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about it.
I,
Like, it just
I,
looks like more Peacemaker.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't have much to say. It's a little hard to recommend the first season because it's pretty.
Pretty hard R.
Yeah, especially. I mean, it is throughout the whole show, but no, never mind. I was gonna say it's worse in the front end, but it's like that in the back end too. So
It's the whole show.
yeah, it's the whole show.
Whole show is not kid approved, family approved for
No.
sure. I did like that kind of like he learns. There's like a bit of a message to it, which is
Mhm.
just weird. I don't know if that was the whole show had a message. I think there were just a few key episodes
Yeah.
where like Peacemaker's a dirtbag and that's his whole thing. And so they kind of explore like the whys he's like that, and he has
Mhm.
to like work through some of that, and then like he actually gets some character development.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a weird choice, but very James Gunn to do that.
Mhm.
Take really broken characters and redeem them in a way. Um, but this starts out with some Superman characters interviewing him somehow, and then just talking mad smack about him and thinking that their microphone was off, that he couldn't hear him. And
Yeah. I think he's trying out for the Justice League.
okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That's awesome. Yeah, I also like, is it Guy Gardner?
Mhm.
I like Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would. I was like, I need to hear this guy talk, and it's just Nathan Fillion, and I was like, oh, that's fine. That
Yeah.
works out.
Um, this next show, I didn't expect it.
The what?
The next show we have listed.
Oh, yeah. We got a trailer for Spider-Man Noir.
That was yeah. I mean,
I'm glad you found that. That was a weird thing. It shadow dropped, and then no one's talked about it.
yeah. So someone dropped it. So Amazon dropped it on Twitter, and some of YouTubers I follow were like, "Hey, check this out," because they also. Oh, we didn't even add this. They shadow dropped the Fallout Season 2 teaser as well at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And it's also not on YouTube, so it's hard to link it because that's why it's not
Like,
on here.
like, why not?
I found
Yeah.
so I don't know why it's not on
I
YouTube.
didn't watch the Fallout one. I watched the Spider-Man Noir one.
It looks good. It's I mean,
It
bl-
reminds me of, like, in a good way, like a YouTube fan film. It
yeah.
doesn't look like a real show that should exist.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a fan film. I think it's all on green screen. So, I think that's why it feels like
Okay.
that. Yeah. Almost like Sin City. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. I know there's at least a scene, a car chase scene, where he's like on a car on like an actual street. It
Yeah.
can't all be green screen, but probably a lot of it, especially the black and white stuff, they can probably get away with that pretty well. I didn't know that that was all green screen in that movie. I haven't seen it in so long, but
It's almost entirely all green screen.
huh,
So,
weird.
yeah.
It looks. I say that in a good way though. It reminds me a lot of Titans. There was a lot of Titans that I was like, why is this happening in a Hollywood film? I like it, but it doesn't make sense. Like getting to see Nightwing versus Red Hood, spoilers, for Titans, didn't feel like a real like thing that would happen on TV.
Yeah. Um Speaking of Sin City, Corridor Digital on their Corridor Crew channel, they did a VFX
Uh-huh.
artist react, and they did a whole thing on Sin City.
Oh, cool.
Well worth the watch because they break down
Yeah.
the entire movie, and it's like almost entirely green screen, and then they use like fluorescent paint and black light to make the white stuff like the bandages pop out. All the blood is
Okay.
like not actually blood colored; it's like neon fluorescent paint, and so they shine a black light,
Okay.
and so then they were able to like key it out. Yeah,
Huh.
it's really smart. So
That's cool. Huh. I had no idea. Yeah, that should be coming out. Spider-Man Noir should be releasing. Um, oh, I'm trying to find no description. Literally just the trailer. No description for that trailer.
I'm looking it up, and Wikipedia has a thing on it now, but it's very, very small. I'm not seeing.
Yeah, we have no date for it yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
Some say
And then Peacemaker
2026.
season 2.
So
What is it?
some say 2026.
Some say. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be soon if they got a trailer already. And then we didn't say Peacemaker season 2 will get August 21st release as well. Couple days before my birthday.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice short podcast today. You geeking out about anything else this week?
Doom Eternal comes out. No, Dark Ages. Sorry, Doom Dark Ages comes out this week.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
So
I will be seeing Thunderbolts on Wednesday, I think. So I'll be able to talk about that next week.
nice.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been in the theater, so. Also, not a geek out for anyone else really, but for me and you, the Mako Theater, our local theater, is getting an upgrade.
It is.
Yeah, very excited about that. I'm hoping for the recliner seats.
I heard from someone that I know that works there that I think that's what they're putting in, is the recliner seats. So
I don't know why else you would remodel a movie theater at this point. Like, to remodel it and not put in those seats seems like a backwards choice.
So the Razorback Malco in Fayetteville, they have those, and they actually let us do movie screenings there, like red carpet screenings. And so the Fort Smith one hasn't in the past. So I'm hoping after this remodel, I think they have new management. I'm hoping I can get some local screenings, because I'd rather bring that here and not up there. I mean,
yeah,
not that it's really a problem. It's just a long drive.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially because screenings and the after parties and stuff go forever. So
yeah,
but
it's super cool. Well, we'll end the podcast there then. Jonathan, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok under @DifferentLensMedia.
Cool. And you can find me on Instagram @Cody Armour. Keep gaming, keep praying, and God bless.